Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. This is going to be a quick video on how to replace a regular outlet with another outlet that has USB-C, USB-C, and plus it still contains the regular 110 outlets. So first thing we're going to check to see if there's power here, and then we're going to show you how to turn that power off so you can safely work on it. So we're checking with a multimeter. I'm not going to explain to you how all a multimeter works, so we can do that in another video. So we've got the multimeter set on AC volts, and we're getting a reading of, you have to wiggle it around a little bit, 120, 121. So that means this is alive, and now we're going to go down in the garage and we're going to kill the circuit off, and then I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to try and leave that there and see if it'll just stay connected, and then we'll come back and see if it's off. So this is our circuit breaker panel in the garage, and somebody has done a nice job marking them, and we're trying this one here, which says kitchen GFI. We think that's the one, and we turned it off, and my partner is upstairs and he said yes, that the multimeter has gone to 0, so we know we've killed the circuit. That's the one, so we can safely work on it now. So the meter reads 0.5, but that's the same as 0 for our purposes. That means there is no power to the circuit. So we've got 2 little screws to unscrew, and then that'll let the outlet come out on a short length of wire that's in there. Left it running. So we've got our, we pulled out our old outlet. You want to look for matching the green, which is the neutral. Some people say it's ground, but I think that's more correctly called the neutral. And then on this new one, there's some writing here. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Yeah, I think it is. Black and white. And we've got white wire and a black wire. So we know where all 3 wires go. We don't have to think about it even. Just make sure you follow that correctly, or else you'll be wired wrong. So we just took our 3 screws out, took the 3 wires off, and that's the old one. We'll start with, where'd the new one go? Start with the neutral, and you have to kind of, these are very stiff wires, so you're going to have to kind of bend them, put some muscle into them and bend them to make sure they go on correctly. You get this tight, you get them tight under these screws, and you're also going to have to bend them a little bit to shove them back in the box. Okay, so we've got our neutral on. We made it nice and neat, tightened it up real tight. Now we're going to figure out which one of these is black. So what you didn't see, but what's part of the technique, is I did a lot of bending of this stiff wire so that when I finally needed to make it go over the head of the screw, it was already lined up, if you know what I mean, so that I could just easily slip it over the head of the screw. I had to open up the distance a little bit, and then once I got it on there, I closed up the opening of the wire using the end of the screwdriver just to close it a little bit. Now I'm going to tighten it. So we've got all 3 connected, nice and tight and neat. Before we shove that in there, we're going to turn the power on and plug something in or use the meter to make sure everything's working, because this is mass produced. We don't know if this one works. We don't know if that works. We don't know if any of this works until we try it. So my partner's going to go down and throw the circuit on now, and we'll see. Okay, so we can see that we've got power here. We're just going to check one of the outlets, and it looks good. Now we're screwing in the screws that hold it onto the wall. Make sure you don't cross thread them. And we didn't test the surround yet, but we'll have to look at the surround. Let's look at the surround and how that's going to go on there before we finish. So this surround has two pieces. It's a fancy one, so it doesn't show any screws when it's up on the wall. So we're going to have to take this inner plastic piece out, and that will fasten on to these little screws on the top and the bottom, and then the fancy white part will just snap onto the clear plastic part. So we snapped out the clear plastic insert, and that's going to screw onto the wall. Screw that all the way in as far as you can go without over tightening. Alright, and then let's shove that other piece on there. And it should snap. Did it snap all the way around?
On. Yeah.
I guess that's it. Okay, so
It's kind of shitty.
comparing the surround on the old one compared to the surround on the new one shows the screws, one doesn't show the screws. That's your choice. You guys decide which one you like, the new one or the old one. As far as this being flush, it really is not going to get any more flush than what it is now, because it's just a dimension with how deep the box is set into the drywall. So that's it. Give me a thumbs up or a like if this helps you out. Subscribe to my channel if you want more from Froggy. Thanks to my assistant. Be safe, have fun, and enjoy the golden years to come. For at least 4 more years of gold. Froggy out. Bye-bye.